Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted and I recently finished streaming Baldur's Gate 3, and I wanted to tell you about the ten things that I like most about the game. The first thing that I wanted to mention is the magic missile spell. You learn this one very early, and if you wanna have an easy time, this alone carried me from Act One and Act Two until I found the better version of this spell. In Act Three, in the basement where the magic tower be at. So it just became like my go-to spell because a lot of your attacks in the beginning of the game they miss a lot, so it just helps to have like a spell. It just helps to have like a spell that never misses. It just makes all of the battles doable. So if you're struggling with a magic fall in Baldur's Gate, it's mostly because you don't have the magic missile spell. Another thing that I like about the game is like just a miscellaneous little camp banter. It just I wish it would have like more of it instead of being too plot centered in like especially in Act Three. Because not everything has to be about like, oh, we gotta go fight the bad guys or this or we gotta go over there. Just random hilarious things that happen in like the camp or just the characters not getting along. That was more common, especially in Act One. Just showing tension between them and like I feel like if once they made Baldur's Gate 4, they could add more silly camp comedy just to because the game itself is like kind of dark. So, and I like and I like the game Baldur's Gate best when it was doing the funny instead of when they were going for epic or serious or melodramatic or when Astarion gets a little bit too whiny. Like as far as characters, I liked a lot. Dame Arlene. You don't you meet her like in Act Three, like Seal the Way and stuff, and she ends up being like very good. Since she's like such an OP character because she's an immortal, they only let you take control of her in battle against the final boss because if she becomes like a standard origin character then since she can't die then none of the battles become a problem. Just send her by herself alone to like literally murder everything in your path, which is a pity that you can only use it like in the final boss and stuff, but yeah. Yeah, and she has also a lot of like explosive city, like manic, angry energy, like crazy Valkyrie maiden. Hilarious. Like the other fun thing about the game is like the character of Astarion. Like he has a lot of like funny lines. He's basically the camp clown, and he has the added benefit of being a vampire. Everyone loves vampires and all that nonsense. Like as far as weapons, my favorite was the Renula, and basically it's a troll spear that you get if you piss off a genie in the circus. And the good thing about this weapon is that even if it misses, it still does explosion damage. So and since it also does lightning damage in a wide area, you can like hit multiple opponents at the same time. And there was a point where I just ended up like cheating everything by throwing this weapon at them, and it works well. Like it works well on literally everyone, and I hope that it doesn't get nerfed because it's a really good weapon. Another thing that was funny about my run was the darker specific psychopath lines. Like the best example is when it's time for you to deliver your epic speech, and then you got like these good lines and whatnot, but then you can give the darkest response of to blood, death, and slaughter. A fight will fought and a brain will burn, and then like nobody claps. So then Baldur ran to save the situation. He just mind controls everyone into hearing what they wanna hear, and that's a lot of fun. just the darker silly lines. Cause even though you get cure of the, even though I got cure of the darkers and I no longer like murder, had the urge to like go on a murderous killing spree. You're still like your darkers is still there, as shown by the fact by like your speech pattern. Like you're still you. You just don't have the desire to like go on a killing spree. Another thing that I like is like the character Karlach and like her final mind flare force is like very hilarious. She just being if you talk to her after she changes, she's just like very happy and like, oh, I get to live, da, 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 I get to staying alive, staying alive. He just gets and just the overall Karlach character. She's a lot of fun, and as you can see, and as far as like fighting wise, my Karlach ended up super OP. Even more so after she became a mind flayer. Just she got to attack 5, 3, 7, 8 times, just spanning this attack, just spanning the spear attack from far away. Just very useful. I saw that. Another thing that I liked about the game was the when you go to the House of Hope in order to rob Raphael, and his response to you robbing everything that's not nailed to the floor is very petty and hilarious. It'd be like, "Dude, you came into my house to rob me. You brought the chaos of your world to my world." Ah! And just him throwing a hissy fit and all that. Like in my boss battle, the last time I fought him, he even started singing, and then I'd be like, oh god, this lunatic. Well, I'd let him flat in the end. Like even though now they force you to be like right in front of him in order to like challenge him, you can still continue to cheese him as all that just by running away and forces. Since he has the gambit of killing Hope, if you get Hope to be like far away, he'll have no other choice but to move away from the pillars that give him power. And then we had the Owlbear. The Owlbear is just an owlbear, very cute little owlbear. And the last thing that I wanted to honorable, the last thing of the game that I wanted to mention was the character Omeluum. He's the other like talkative Shatterbox mind flayer that you get in the game, unless if you don't count Karlach, which it changes. But unlike Baldur or the Emperor, as he likes to call himself, like he's like very honest about who he is right off the bat. Yeah, I'm a mind flayer. What of it? And he comes out as he's generally like trying to help folks and all that nonsense. And I always like go to rescue, and whenever you like go to the underground prison to like rescue him, I'd be like, well, I don't care who else drowns, as long as I get this guy out of this dangerous situation. But yeah, these are like the 10 things that I like about the game Baldur's Gate. I hope you find my short little rant amusing. Bye bye and God bless.